Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to cut. Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Thomas Tuchel is the new head coach of Bayern Munich. Nagelsmann sacked as well. Some interesting topics to talk about here. It's a big news because I recently did a video like 2 or 3 days ago. Saying the perfect replacements for Ancelotti if he did get the sacking by Real Madrid. And I did put Tuchel in the number one, but if you guys haven't checked out the video already, do so to check it out. It's an interesting video with some interesting names and interesting options in there that could be interesting to replace Ancelotti. But a bit of a spoiler there. Tuchel, no surprise, is my number one pick. And now he's gone to Bayern Munich, and it's a smart move. It's a smart move. I respect it. I think it's no surprise that he gets a big job move after a few months after getting the sack, but with Chelsea. But I think I'm more surprised and more shocked in the fact that Nagelsmann got sacked than Tuchel was brought in, because if you're gonna sack the manager in the first place, Tuchel is the number one choice, so it's not a surprise. But why was Nagelsmann sacked in the first place? And that is a very curious thing, I think, of a lot of people. And I think for me, I can't really think of any other reason as to why, except for one. And the only reason I can come up with is a logical reason as to why Nagelsmann was sacked and Tuchel was brought in, is the internal issues. Because if you ask me, I've watched some Bayern Munich games. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of Bayern Munich. I'm not. But I watched some of their games, and you look at their Champions League this season. They've beaten Barcelona, they've beaten Inter Milan, and now they've just beaten PSG. That is some incredible teams on their day, right? They're now playing City in the quarterfinals, and I don't think I would have expected Nagelsmann to go through against Pep. I think now that Tuchel has come in, they have an enhanced chance, and I think Pep will be scratching his head, even though he's bald. That Tuchel is come in. But why was Nagelsmann sacked? I don't think they have been doing incredibly poorly in domestic football. I don't think in the Bundesliga, I know they are not at the top, but I think they were always going to win it anyways. I think even with Nagelsmann until the end of the season, I think that I expected them to be winning the Bundesliga regardless. So I don't think it's about the football wise. And maybe some people would say, because they thought that Tuchel was going to go to Real Madrid, and they decided to sack a manager who is a young, promising, talented young manager for the future. I just said young to them for no reason. I don't know why. I'm sorry. But a young manager like Nagelsmann, who they break the record fee to pay him to join Bayern, just to sack him, to stop Tuchel from going to another club, that is stupid in the first place. Because why would you sack your manager just for that? Especially not a young, promising manager, just to bring in Tuchel. I know Tuchel is a great manager, but it's not like as if without Tuchel they're gonna die. He's not the greatest manager of all time that's ever lived, right? So I don't think it's, again, because they wanted to prevent him from going to another club. But what I do think has happened over here is the internal issues. Nagelsmann has said it. There's a snitch in the dressing room. Someone's apparently leaking the tactics and formations. There's a serious deal, by the way. I think there might be some arguments in the dressing room. Some players not liking the play style, tactics, and just maybe it's the communications. Maybe the players don't talk much with the manager. Maybe it's a very silent atmosphere. Who knows what's going in there? But what we do know is that is definitely something going on. And you know what? They've acted quickly. They've acted before any other club can respond by bringing in Tuchel out of the blue. No one expected that. I think even if Real Madrid were looking at Tuchel, they weren't expecting Bayern to do it right now, in the middle of March, right? Where towards the start of April, right, around this period of the year for them to sack the young manager for Tuchel. I don't think many people expected it. I didn't. I don't think you did. So this is very, very, very surprising in my opinion. We'll talk more about Nagelsmann slightly towards the end, but Thomas Tuchel, what does he bring to this Bayern Munich side? We've said it before, we'll say it again. The experience, he's already taken Dortmund back in the past. He then went to PSG, brought them to the Champions League final. He then went to Chelsea, saved them after their absolutely appalling performances and season under Lampard, and then won in the Champions League. And he was sacked by the owners because they are new owners. They want their new, and they want their own manager really. So, you know what? Tuchel brings in everything Bayern are looking for, and I think that if there's something going in the dressing room, there's a snitch. I think that if there's one person who could do something about it, it's Thomas Tuchel. I think if there's someone who could do anything about it, it's him. Yes. So, look, I think it's a good deal for Tuchel. He goes back to Germany. He manages a big club like Bayern Munich. Try to win the Champions League with them. Try to win the Bundesliga with them. It's all good for him, right? For Bayern Munich, they get themselves an experienced, elite manager like Tuchel. It's win-win. But back to Nagelsmann. Like I said, young, promising talent. What happened? Again, it could be just down to internal issues, because I really like him. I really, really like Nagelsmann. I'm pretty sure he was at Leipzig before this. And of course, he's probably gonna get another job somewhere else, right? I could see, I can't see him going to the Liga or Serie A. So that leaves Premier Liga. So out of the top 6 teams, you got Arsenal, you got Man City, you got Liverpool, and you got United, who are having managers, or who have managers, who I think won't be sacked or removed. Especially not Arsenal, especially not United, especially not City. Maybe Klopp, and his time ends, and maybe Nagelsmann goes to Liverpool and change something, fresh blood in there. Maybe Liverpool is a destination. Liverpool is an opportunity for Nagelsmann. Maybe. But there's Spurs, of course. There is definitely Spurs in there. There was a rumor and there was a news that maybe he could go to Spurs. I don't think he would do that. You're looking at a club that have had the likes of Mourinho and Conte and have fallen out with those managers. And when the likes of Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte tells you that Spurs are an incredibly poorly run club and their trophy cabinet shows it, you're not going to be attracted to it. And I think even if Spurs come in for Nagelsmann, I'm not too sure if he will be too attracted to it. I can't see him being attracted to this Spurs job. I know they're so-called a top 6 side, but I don't think he'll be attracted to it. And lastly, Chelsea, they're having Potter. I would, if I was a Chelsea boy, I would probably look to sign Potter for next season. Sack Potter for next season and sign Nagelsmann for next season. Maybe you're not going to sack Potter right now. Maybe he's going to pick some form up. But if you have an opportunity like Julian Nagelsmann out there, you got to jump on that ship. Just like how Bayern jumped on this Tuchel ship. Nagelsmann is the next one, and he's the one replacing Tuchel in the market for managers who I think someone has to look out for. He's still young. He's only like 35 or something. He's very young. So I think there is an opportunity, and someone should be jumping on the opportunity. And let's see. But Thomas Tuchel will be joining Bayern Munich on immediate effect. Nagelsmann has gone, and let's see how Bayern do against City, because I think if there's anyone who could, knock City and knock Pep out, it's Tuchel. He's done it before, 2021 Champions League final, and I think he can do it again. But that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit that button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.